Today, I'm going to show you what's included in the WEEBILL 3 combo package. I will also talk about how to change and control different menu settings. Let's get into it. In the combo package, you will get a gimbal bag that comes included with a ton of different accessories. Included is the WEEBILL 3 gimbal, wrist rest, extendable sling grip, a tripod which will attach to the bottom using a 1/4 20-inch port on the gimbal, a quick release plate which features an upper layer and a lower layer, lens support bracket for larger lenses, camera connection and audio connection cables, along with LED light filters for the built-in light on the gimbal, and the user manual and service card. On the left side of the gimbal, you will have access to the joystick, record button, and gimbal shooting mode button. You can cycle through the different gimbal shooting modes by pressing on the M button. Please watch the dedicated gimbal shooting mode tutorial video that will explain all of these modes. On the opposite side, you will have access to a dial which is programmable and a trigger button. The dial can control things like the roll motor, follow focus, or zoom control. On the right side of the gimbal is the menu button and dial to control the LED light that will increase the brightness or decrease it, along with changing its color temperature. Press the dial to change these settings between dim and color temperature. You can use the joystick at any time to manually position the camera in any direction that you want. Press the silver menu button on the side of the gimbal to access the gimbal's menu. Here you will have access to change the motor power, which can automatically be calibrated for you. You can insert your custom settings or even presets designed by ZHIYUN. The dial also acts as a selection button. You can press it to select and change any setting you wish. Please watch the gimbal shooting modes tutorial video. It will explain all of these settings that you are looking at right now. The wheel settings is set for the dial on the front of the gimbal. This can be changed to control the roll, yaw, and other functions. In the joystick settings, you can also set it to reverse. This will change the orientation of the joystick. Next is the trigger. You can program it to access different shooting modes as well. In the vortex mode settings, you can adjust many different auto rotation options, such as speed, direction, and angle. Press the dial on the side of the gimbal to save the settings. Under angle, you can set it to rotate at no limit or to a set limit or set of degrees before it stops rotating. Press the menu button again to go to the previous menu. Now you can press on start to begin the auto rotation for vortex mode. The trajectory settings will give you options for time lapses. You can set multiple keyframes for both photo and video. To set keyframes, go to points, then use the joystick to set the A position or beginning position. Once done, click on the dial and then move to your next position or B position. Remember, you can have more than 2 positions, and you can clear any position that you are not happy with. Next are the time and interval settings. Here you can set the amount of time it takes to complete the shot, or the interval will control how many photos to be taken at a certain amount of time. Press the menu button to save these settings. In the previous menu, you'll be able to preview the shot, and if you're happy with the preview, you can begin the time lapse for its full entirety. Next are the focus settings, which will control the follow focus or zoom motor control. You can set the sensitivity and A and B points. Next is the angle position for both the pitch and the roll axis. This is a very precise adjustment That way you will have a new default starting position for both your tilt and your roll. Below that setting is default, which will set the gimbal to its default settings. Next is your language selector, Chinese or English. And right below that is the About section. This will show you the current firmware version on your gimbal. That just about does it for today's video. Make sure you check out the other tutorial videos that I made for the WEEBILL 3. I'll see you in another one.